You might want to check your old coin jar, because inside, you could be sitting on a fortune. Welcome to my Chanel penny collar torso plain looking 2009 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, just sold for $736,000. And some experts say it could be worth even more in coming years. You heard that right, a 1-cent coin, worth nearly $750,000. Sounds insane, right? But this isn't a myth. It's real. It's rare. And it could be hiding in your home. Stick with me, because in the next 10 minutes, you're going to learn why this coin is so valuable, how to spot one, and what steps to take if you think you found one. Because time is money. Let's rewind the clock, back to 2009. Barack Obama was president, the iPhone 3GS had just launched, and the U.S. Mint released a very special series of Lincoln pennies to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday. There were 4 designs, each representing a different chapter of Lincoln's life. But among these, something extraordinary slipped through the cracks: the no mint mark Lincoln cent. A printing anomaly. A ghost in the machine. The unicorn of pocket change. Most pennies have a little letter just under the year, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mark for Philadelphia. But in this case, the coin had no mint mark and rare composition errors, making it ultra-rare, even among collectors. Kind of like that one sock that disappears in the dryer, only this one might make you rich. So, why is this specific penny valued at $736,000? This specific 2009 no mint mark Lincoln penny was struck with a rare planchet composition, possibly left over from a 1980s batch. That mistake? It made the coin a numismatic anomaly, a collector's dream. Imagine finding that coin in your couch cushions, and then realizing you gave it to your kid for a school vending machine. Feels like a punch in the gut, right? That's why identifying these coins now is so crucial. Because they're vanishing fast, being snapped up by collectors and investors who know their true value. At an auction just last year, one of these coins graded by PCGS sold for $736,000. That's not an appraisal. That's cash in the bank. But how do you know if you have one? And how do you sell it without getting scammed or lowballed? First, don't clean the coin. Ever. Cleaning can damage the surface and reduce its value by thousands. Have it graded. Trusted services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin, turning a potential find into certified treasure. Consult a reputable dealer or auction house. Don't sell it on impulse. And please, for the love of Lincoln, don't hand it over to someone on Craigslist offering $50 and a handshake. Unless their handshake also comes with a cashier's check for $750,000. What if your breakthrough wasn't in some crypto wallet or lottery ticket, but in a small copper coin, resting at the bottom of your kitchen drawer? You don't need to be rich to get lucky. But you do need to be aware. So check those jars. Look at your change. Talk to your parents, your grandparents. Because that next $1 million penny? It could be in your pocket, right now. We're diving deep into one of the most misunderstood but insanely valuable coins ever minted in the US, and by the end of this video, you'll know if you've been unknowingly sitting on a fortune. ACTI, the Discovery 0:45 3:00. Let's start with a story. Picture it, San Francisco, 1952. Gas is 20 cents a gallon. A young boy walks into a store with a handful of pennies. One of those, marked with a small S under the date, would vanish into circulation, only to reappear decades later, and shake the numismatic world. Thousands of these pennies were minted. But only a tiny fraction remain in pristine condition. Many were tossed, forgotten, or worse, spent on bubblegum. The 1952 S. Lincoln penny, in mint state condition, especially those graded MS 67 or higher, can command staggering prices. One sold for $645,000 at auction. Yes, 6 figures, for a single cent. But what makes this penny so valuable? Why are collectors fighting tooth and nail over it? And could your old penny be worth a life-changing amount? It's not just about age, it's about rarity, condition, and the secrets hiding in plain sight. Let's break it down. What gives this unassuming coin its jaw-dropping value? Mint mark and history. First, location matters. The S mint mark? That's San Francisco. And in 1952, only 137.8 million of these coins were struck. Sounds like a lot. Not when most have been worn, damaged, or lost. Condition and grading. The magic happens when you find one in mint state 67 red condition, full red luster, untouched by time. Out of the millions produced, fewer than a dozen are known in this elite grade. It's like finding a classic Ferrari in a barn with 0 miles on it. Honestly, these coins are in better shape than my New Year's resolutions. Market demand. Why do collectors pay hundreds of thousands? Because high-grade coins complete collections. And when a rich collector wants it, the sky's the limit. And here's the kicker, more of these coins are still out there, hiding in jars, drawers, and old coffee cans. You could be holding one right now. Coming up, I'll show you exactly how to check if your coin is worth thousands, or pennies. But first, ACT 3, the opportunity 7:30, 9:30. Let's talk wealth, legacy, and unlocking hidden fortune. Because owning a rare penny isn't just about the money, it's about seizing opportunity. How to identify a valuable 1952 S penny. Check the date and mint mark 1952 with a small S below Lincoln's shoulder. Examine the condition, no scratches, dents, or fading color. You may have something. Use a coin grading service. Professional grading from PCGS or NGC is key. An MS-67 red grade turns your penny into a payday. Fear of missing out. Every day that passes, more coins disappear, damaged, lost, or spent unknowingly. Don't let your potential six-figure treasure end up in a vending machine. Ending, call TO Action 9:30, 10:00 voiceover. So, what now? It's time to check your stash. Dig through that coin jar. Look in those drawers. Call grandma. And if you think you've got something, get it appraised. Don't sit on potential millions while life passes you by. What if I told you that a single penny sitting in your drawer right now could be worth more than your car, your house, maybe even your entire retirement plan? One specific 1968 Lincoln penny, missing a tiny mint mark, was recently valued at a staggering $635,000. And yes, it could still be hiding in plain sight, waiting to change someone's life. So the real question is, could that someone be you? Let's rewind to 1968. The Vietnam War was raging, Martin Luther King Jr. had just been assassinated, and the U.S. Mint was in overdrive. Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco were all producing coins, but a few coins, for reasons still debated today, slipped through the cracks, and were printed without a mint mark. Pattern interrupt, humor. Now, for anyone wondering, what's a mint mark? Is it like a peppermint stamp? No, not quite. A mint mark is a tiny letter under the year that tells us where the coin was made. D for Denver, S for San Francisco. If there's nothing, that usually means Philadelphia. Usually. But the 1968 Lincoln cent without a mint mark is not your everyday Philly penny. It's extremely rare, and that mystery adds millions to its story, and to its value. Now here's where it gets exciting, and potentially life-changing. Coin collectors have confirmed that this 1968 no-mint mark penny, if in mint state condition, can fetch over $600,000 at auction. One pristine example recently sold for $635,000. There are only a handful known to exist. Coins graded MS-65 or higher skyrocket in value. A minting error during one of America's most turbulent years? That's gold to collectors. And here's the part that should stop you in your tracks: there's no way to know how many of these are still out there. One could be sitting in a coffee can in your attic. Or in that drawer of junk change you haven't touched in years. It might be one routine coin roll search away. One garage sale find. One forgotten piggy bank. But how do you know if you've struck copper gold, or just another common coin? This isn't just about a coin. This is about a moment, an awakening. A small spark of curiosity that could ignite generational wealth. If you're between 30 and 65, chances are you've come across thousands of pennies in your life. Some of them from 1968. Some of them missing that crucial mint mark. That coin could be the key to financial freedom, a debt-free life, early retirement, a house by the lake, or finally launching the dream business you've been putting off. Let me ask you, when was the last time you looked closely at a penny? Seriously. Have you ever grabbed a magnifying glass, just to see what was beneath the grime? Because the moment you do, everything could change. But here's the catch. You won't know unless you act. Every day, thousands of rare coins are unknowingly spent, donated, or lost. And with every passing year, these 1968 no-mint mark pennies become harder to find. The clock is ticking. Every coin you let slip away might be six figures slipping through your fingers. So here's your mission: grab a flashlight. Open that drawer. Check the change jar. Look for a 1968 penny without a mint mark. It might look like just a penny, but it could be a portal to a brand new life. Because someone, somewhere, is holding a $635,000 coin, and they don't even know it. What if I told you that the humble penny in your kitchen drawer could be the key to a six-figure fortune? Yes, you heard that right now, a rare 1991 Lincoln D. penny, worth just 1 cent at face value, is being sold for as much as $646,000 on the collector's market. Imagine holding something so small, yet so incredibly valuable. And guess what? It could already be in your home, but here's the kicker: most people throw these coins away without a second glance. Don't be most people, stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, where to sell it, and how this one small penny could change your financial future. The Discovery 045, 3 to 30. Let's rewind the clock. Back to 1991. It was the year the world watched Operation Desert Storm unfold, the year the internet was still a whisper, and the year the US Mint quietly produced a coin that would become one of the most valuable pennies in American history. We're talking about the 1991 Lincoln D. penny, minted in Denver. A 1991 penny? That's not that old. What's the big deal? And that's exactly what makes it so dangerous, because it's hiding in plain sight. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually looked at a penny instead of flinging it into the abyss of your cup holder? Most people never do. But a few eagle-eyed individuals have. And when they did, they found a jackpot. So what makes this coin so special? The secret lies in a minting error, a rare mistake that makes collectors go wild. We're talking about off-center strikes, double dies, and sometimes a missing mint mark altogether. And yes, it's these flaws that make it flawless in value. One such coin, with a nearly imperceptible error, was appraised and auctioned for $646,250. Let that sink in. That's not a typo. 1 cent turned into nearly $250,000. The treasure hunt 330, 7:15. Now, how do you know if you've got one? Start by grabbing a magnifying glass, or, let's be real, just your smartphone camera. Check your 1991 pennies for the following: D. Mint mark under the date. That stands for Denver. Look closely for any signs of doubling, especially in Lincoln's profile, the lettering, or the word Liberty. Check for misalignment. If the coin is off-center or slightly warped, don't toss it. That's your golden ticket. Look at the edges. Does it look perfectly round, or are parts cut off? And no, if it's been through the garbage disposal, that doesn't count as a minting error. Nice try. Now, here's the urgent part. These coins are being found less and less with every passing year. Collectors are snapping them up. Coin shops are running out of inventory, and as more people cash in, fewer rare specimens remain in circulation. So if you wait, someone else could find the fortune that was meant for you. Emotional trigger, urgency plus fear of missing out. This isn't just about finding a penny. It's about not missing your moment. Imagine the regret of watching someone else hold up a 1991 penny they found in a box of childhood keepsakes, while you threw yours away with the laundry lint. Don't let that be your story. The transformation 715, 9:50. Now here's where everything changes. Let's say you find one of these rare gems. What next? You don't just post it on Craigslist and call it a day. You enter a world of private collectors, high-stakes auctions, and numismatic networks that treat rare pennies like fine art. Start by getting your coin professionally graded. Services like PCGS or NGC will authenticate and appraise your penny. From there, you can sell it through trusted auction houses or even online platforms, but only those with verified buyer protection. This is your entry into the rare coin market, a space where ordinary people become six-figure sellers. You don't need a financial advisor. You don't need a real estate portfolio. You just need one rare penny and the courage to act. And here's the truth: you probably have more than one coin that's worth serious money. That dusty coffee can in your garage? The coin jar in your mom's pantry? Hidden treasure.so. Don't just check for the 1991 D penny. Start looking at every coin with fresh eyes. Because each one is a potential lottery ticket. Closing plus cliffhanger 950 END. Before you go, here's the wildest part. There's a 1992 penny error that's even rarer than the 1991 D, and that one, let's just say it might be worth over $1 million, but almost no one knows how to find it. Want to know how to spot that one too? Hit subscribe. Turn on that bell. Because in our next video, we're unlocking the secrets of the $1 million 1992 penny. Don't wait for wealth to come to you. Go find it, one penny at a time. What if I told you that the next time you reach into your pocket for a penny, you could be holding a small, copper-colored miracle worth over $646,000? Beat, yes, you heard that right. A 2016 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a coin millions of people have tossed aside, has recently shocked collectors by reaching an astronomical value of nearly $650,000. Pause for suspense, and what's even crazier? This penny is still out there. It could be sitting quietly in a jar on your kitchen counter, or even lost beneath your car seat. So before you run to the couch cushions with a flashlight, let me walk you through exactly what makes this coin so valuable, and how you could be next in line for a six-figure payday. To understand why a simple 2016 Lincoln penny without a mint mark could be worth more than a luxury sports car, we need to go back, not decades, but just a few short years ago. Most 2016 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally didn't place a mint mark on their coins. So technically, no mint mark shouldn't be special, but then something unexpected happened. A rare batch of these coins left the mint with unusual die errors, including double dies, misaligned strikes, and what collectors call ghosting effects on Lincoln's profile. These weren't obvious flaws, but to the trained eye, they were gold mines in disguise. Fear of missing out, thousands of Americans spent these rare error pennies without a second thought. Imagine that, unknowingly handing over a small fortune at the grocery store. One man reportedly found his in a roll of coins he got from the bank. He almost gave it to his grandson for a gumball machine. Instead, he got it appraised, and it's now insured for $646,000. Meanwhile, you're probably thinking, I gave my change to a gas station clerk named Dave last week. Is Dave a millionaire now? Maybe. These rare 2016 pennies haven't all been found. And the truth is, most people wouldn't even know what to look for. So how can you identify a potentially $1 million 2016 penny? First, look for the absence of a mint mark just below the year 2016 on the obverse side. That's Lincoln's face side. Then, take a magnifying glass and inspect for any unusual doubling in the lettering, especially in the word Liberty or the date. Next, check for oddities, misaligned edges, faded features, or any warping of the coin's rim. If your coin checks even one of those boxes, do not spend it. Do not clean it. And whatever you do, don't toss it back in the penny jar. Get it appraised. Because right now, collectors are in a frenzy. Prices are soaring. And the market is hot. And here's something most people don't know: the value of rare pennies like this one tends to spike before major auctions and collector conventions. So the clock is ticking. In fact, I'll be sharing a list of 3 more coins like this one in my next video, including one that sold for over $1.7 million. So if you're serious about living a life of freedom, if you're tired of wondering whether you'll ever get that break, this could be it. Sometimes, all it takes is one penny to change everything. So next time someone says, "Keep the change," you might want to say, "Absolutely not." Hit the like button if you learned something new. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a life-changing coin tip. And drop a comment below if you're checking your pennies right now. Remember, wealth doesn't always come in stacks. Sometimes, it comes 1 cent at a time. What if I told you that a tiny copper coin sitting in your drawer could be worth $895,000 right now, and what if that coin was a humble 1973 D Lincoln penny? Sounds crazy, right? But it's real. And if you've ever found one of these, or have a coffee jar full of old change, you might be sitting on a goldmine. Stick with me, because in the next 10 minutes, I'll show you why a seemingly worthless penny is selling for nearly $1 million, and how you might be able to turn loose change into generational wealth. Wait, did you just get up to check your kitchen counter? Yeah, I saw that. Hold tight, you'll want to hear this before you go treasure hunting. Let's rewind to the year 1973, Nixon's president. Gas is 39 cents a gallon, and the Denver Mint is striking millions of Lincoln pennies. Nothing seemed unusual, just another year, another penny. But hidden among these copper coins, a few were struck with subtle yet costly mistakes. These error coins are now some of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever discovered. One of them recently fetched a staggering $895,000 at auction. Yes, almost $1 million. For a coin that was supposed to be worth 1 cent. So, what makes this penny so special? It's not just age. It's a combination of rarity, condition, mint errors, and one more thing people often overlook: market timing, because right now, coin collectors and investors are aggressively paying top dollar for rare pieces, and the clock is ticking. In a moment, I'll reveal what exact features to look for in your 1973 D penny, and why one tiny detail can make the difference between $0.01 and nearly $1 million. Here's the breakdown. The 1973 D Lincoln penny isn't rare in general. Over 300 million were minted, but some were struck with extremely rare errors, like double die obverse, off-center strikes, or even wrong planchet strikes. One such penny had a double die error so dramatic, Lincoln looked like he had a twin ghost. Imagine explaining that to Abe. "Sir, it's not you, it's your blurry twin." Okay, back to the serious stuff. Mint mark. It must have the D for Denver. Date doubling. Look closely at the 1973, especially the 3. Lincoln's profile. Any doubling? Blurring? That's gold, color and luster. A bright, red-toned, uncirculated penny can skyrocket in value. Fire, emotional trigger, excitement. The penny that sold for $895,000? It had all of these, and it was sitting in a coin jar for decades, until someone decided to get it appraised. As of April 2025, the highest graded 1973 D error penny is valued at $895,000. Even lower grade versions can fetch $10,000 to $150,000. But here's the twist most people miss: there's a massive collector shift coming, and if you wait too long, this bubble could burst. In the next section, I'll show you how to take action today. If you're over 30, chances are you've held thousands of pennies in your life. Maybe they're in your attic, your glove box, or tucked away in a coffee can. This is your moment. Because finding one valuable coin can change your financial future forever. Grab every 1973 penny you have, look for the D mint mark, and check for doubling with a magnifying glass. Don't clean it. Collectors prefer natural condition. Take high-res photos and contact a certified coin grading service, like PCGS or NGC. Join coin forums or auction platforms to see current listings, and please, don't be that person who accidentally spends $1 million penny at Taco Bell. Yes, it's happened before. The collector's market is red hot now. In another year, this exact coin could sell for $1.2 million, or vanish into someone else's hands. Imagine waking up debt-free. No more worrying about gas prices, medical bills, or that 30-year mortgage, all because you decided to look twice at a penny that was already yours. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Your wealthy lifestyle may already be sitting in your junk drawer. Hit subscribe, drop a comment if you found a 1973 penny, and share this with someone who needs to check their change. What if I told you that a tiny, copper penny, one you might have tossed in a jar or left under your car seat, could be worth $895,000 today? No, this isn't a fairy tale or a lottery ticket story. This is real money from a real coin that might be sitting quietly in your pocket change right now. Stick around, because in the next 10 minutes, you'll discover how a simple 1970 Lincoln penny, with the right secret, can change your financial future, and more importantly, I'll show you how to spot it, sell it, and possibly retire early if you do. Ready? Let's begin. The year is 1970. The Vietnam War is raging, gas is 36 cents a gallon, and the Denver Mint is busy churning out billions of coins, including the humble 1-cent Lincoln penny. But something very unusual happens. A tiny error is made, so subtle, most people never notice it. A batch of 1970 pennies is struck with a rare doubling mistake, what experts call a double die obverse. Pattern interrupt. Quick zoom on a coffee mug with "My penny collection is sexier than your NFT portfolio" written on it. Wait, double die what? Don't worry, I'll explain. On these rare coins, certain features, like the word liberty, the motto, "In God We Trust," and the date, 1970, appear slightly doubled because of a mistake in the die used to strike them. Most coins worth 1 cent, but these coins worth up to $895,000 in private auctions and collector circles. Why? Because only a tiny handful exist in top condition. But here's the twist, not every 1970 penny is valuable. In fact, most are worthless. The key is knowing what to look for, and that's coming up in just a moment. Now, before you run off to dig through your sock drawer, let's talk strategy, the doubling effect. Look closely at the Liberty and "In God We Trust" inscriptions. If they appear shadowed or doubled, you're in business. Mint condition collectors pay top dollar for uncirculated coins, those without scratches, stains, or wear. If it looks shiny and new, jackpot. Grading: serious buyers want coins certified by agencies like PCGS or NGC. A high grade, like MS67 or above, can push your penny's value into 6 figures. Hey, priorities, right? In 2021, a certified 1970 double die obverse penny sold $4.24000, but a nearly perfect one was valued at nearly $900,000. Cliffhanger line. But here's what most people get wrong about rare coins, and why it could cost them a life-changing payday. B-roll, people listing coins on eBay, receiving checks, smiling as they check their bank accounts. The truth is, thousands of Americans are sitting on valuable coins without even knowing it. But here's the catch, coins don't last forever. Every scratch, every fingerprint, lowers its value. The longer your rare penny sits unprotected in a junk drawer, the lower the chance you'll ever cash in. That's why now is the time to take action. Don't wait until inflation eats your savings or the market cools. Imagine paying off debt, traveling the world, or finally buying that dream home, all because of one forgotten penny. You don't have to be a coin expert. You just need curiosity, a magnifying glass, and a little courage. Check your change, protect what you find. Get it graded. And if it's the real deal, get ready for offers that might just change your life. And if you don't find anything, at least you cleaned out that junk drawer your spouse has been yelling about. Every fortune starts with a decision, and today, your decision could start with a penny. So before you throw that coin away, remember, some dreams are copper-colored. Subscribe for more rare coin discoveries. Comment if you found a 1970 penny, we'll help you check it. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next coin worth millions. We're diving deep into the story behind this mysterious 2004 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, how it went from spare change to life-changing wealth, and what signs you should be looking for in your coin collection. Because if you've ever dreamed of selling rare coins, traveling first class, or finally buying that lake house, you cannot afford to miss this. Let's rewind for a second. In 2004, the U.S. Mint released millions of Lincoln cents. Most bore the usual D or S mint marks. But a few rare anomalies slipped through the cracks, coins with no mint mark at all. To the untrained eye, these look ordinary. Copper-coated zinc, standard design. But under magnification, experts spotted something unusual. Spoiler alert, it wasn't a message from aliens. Although, at $8.95,000, it might as well be extraterrestrial. Tension builds with soft cinematic score. These rare 2004 pennies contain striking errors, die clashes, doubling, off-center strikes, that make them incredibly scarce. And as every serious collector knows, scarcity equals value. Cliffhanger tone, but here's where it gets interesting. Some of these coins aren't just rare, they're nearly one of a kind. One particular specimen, authenticated and graded by PCGS, recently drew bidding wars among elite collectors. The final price? $895,000. Pause for effect. Now you may be thinking, okay, but I probably don't have one. But let me ask you this, have you actually checked? Cue gentle motivational piano track, because every month, people just like you, grandparents, truck drivers, even former school teachers, are finding coins they never imagined were valuable. And they're cashing in, big. And the best part? You don't need a degree in numismatics to start. Here's what you need to do: grab a magnifying glass, and check your 2004 Lincoln cents. Pattern interrupt, quick, cheeky line, yes, even the one holding up the leg of your wobbly table. No mint mark under the date. Unusual textures. Off-center printing. Or signs of doubling on Lincoln's features. And if you spot even one of these traits, you may be sitting on life-altering wealth. But don't just throw it on eBay, there's a process. First, authenticate your coin. PCGS and NGC are the two trusted grading authorities. Without certification, your coin's value could drop dramatically. Next, connect with reputable buyers or auction houses. Avoid fly-by-night offers on social media. Real collectors don't haggle, they compete. Now shift to lifestyle dreams, aspiration. This isn't just about coins. It's about freedom. It's about waking up with zero debt. Retiring earlier than planned. Investing in your grandkids' futures. Or finally starting that dream business. And it all starts with one penny. Final cliffhanger, setting up future videos. But wait, what if I told you there's another coin, even rarer than this one, lurking in your pocket change right now? And it's not even from 2004. Subscribe now, because next week, we're uncovering the coin that makes this $895,000 penny look cheap. Check your coins. Secure your future. Live the life you deserve. If this video opened your eyes, smash that like button, and comment below if you've got any 2004 Lincoln cents. You could be next. And remember, sometimes, the smallest things hold the biggest value. And here's the kicker, most people throw it away without a second thought. Would you know if you had a fortune sitting in your pocket? Stick around. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and how a single coin could completely transform your life. Let's rewind the clock to 1984, Reagan was president, Ghostbusters ruled the box office, and Madonna was about to become a household name. But something else happened that year, something small, copper, and easily overlooked. At the Denver Mint, millions of pennies were struck. But among them, a few were different. One had a flaw. A microscopic detail that made it a rarity, and eventually, a millionaire maker. This isn't some urban legend. The 1984 D double die Lincoln cent is real. And collectors today are desperately hunting it down. So, before you toss that change cup for your Starbucks run, maybe, just maybe, it's time to cash in your pennies for something a little more. Italian sports car? Here's where things get exciting, and a little scary. Out of the billions of pennies minted in 1984, only a few hundred 1984 D varieties with the doubled ear are known to exist. And their market value? It's exploding. Flash headline: 1984 D Lincoln penny valued at $895,000, but there's a twist, most of them haven't been found yet. And that means you could be sitting on gold. But only if you know what to look for. So let's break it down. What makes the 1984 D double die penny so valuable? It's all about doubling, specifically around Lincoln's ear. The minting die was misaligned, creating a visible, ghost ear just behind the original. It's subtle, but clear under a magnifying glass. Imagine finding out your penny has a twin, but just on the left ear. Awkward family reunion, right? This error makes the coin an anomaly. And to collectors, anomalies are gold. One of these coins recently sold for $895,000 due to its condition, rarity, and demand. But here's the problem. Most people don't even know this coin exists. That's where opportunity comes in. The resolution, 7:00, 10:00 inch. Now imagine this, you find a 1984 D penny in your drawer. You pull out a $5 magnifying glass, check the ear, and boom, it matches. What next? Get it authenticated by a reputable grading service, PCGS or NGC, ensure it's in good condition, no heavy scratches or discoloration, list it with an auction house or high-value collector, and then? Watch the bids roll in. That's not a fantasy. That's a strategy. People just like you, everyday Americans, are discovering life-changing coins and turning them into cash, cars, even homes. But here's the part that stings: if you don't check, if you don't know what to look for, that penny might end up back in circulation, or worse, lost forever. And you wouldn't believe where one of these pennies was found last year. But we'll get to that. Okay, it was in a sock drawer in Idaho. But still, $1 million laundry day? Sign me up. So what are you waiting for? You could be one coin away from a 6, or even 7-figure payday. Check your change jars. Your old piggy banks. Your grandpa's cigar box. Look for that 1984 D penny with the doubled ear. And when you find it, don't just sit on it. Act. This isn't just about coins. It's about freedom. It's about uncovering hidden value in the forgotten corners of your life. And maybe, just maybe, that little penny could be the beginning of your next big chapter.